Hello. Welcome back to Ancient Gaming. I'm Zilla,
I'm Tortoise.
and today we are streaming what we presume to be the finale of Heaven's Vault. If you have missed my earlier game streams, of course you are welcome to go check them out, whether on my Twitch channel here or on my YouTube channel, Zilla's Athenaeum, where you can watch them all in order if you like. For those of you who are just joining us, I guess spoiler warning for the end of the playthrough, but if you've been following along, you'll know that just because you've played through it once does not mean you've seen the whole game. This is a game where New Game Plus gives you interesting new content to the tune of I don't know how many New Game Pluses there are to go through, and each time with more epigraphy. Epigraphy, of course, being the study of inscriptions. This is a game about language. So Tortoise is our resident puzzle expert, and he is keeping track of all of our glyphs and inscriptions in our handy-dandy little book. It was given to us with the special edition. And without further ado, let's sort of get into the game. So, it has this helpful the story so far. Aaliyah, that's us, a grad student in archaeology and history. And Six, her robot companion, have been looking for the missing roboticist Janiki Renba, sent by Professor Mayari. That's her grad advisor slash president of the university slash important religious figure on the Ioxian Protectorate. The cause of the sent by Professor Mayari to uncover the cause of the fall of Iox. So there was an empire before the Protectorate, which fell, and Mayari believes that is soon to return. But ancient memories found inside a robot led Renba to a different discovery, a legendary ship, the Heaven's Vault, which Renba believed could save the nebula from darkness. Six has located the vault using the angle of an ancient hopper, that's a teleporter, on a lost forest moon, and a series of telescope-like devices, but it lies impossibly far beyond the borders of the nebula. But there's no way to sail there, surely. So last time, we spent the entire hour of streaming deciphering the Book of Lost Future. That's the title, right?
Yes.
The Book of Lost Future.
Or History of Lost Future, depending on the translation.
And that was a real good time. But this time we are actually going to move on and try to see if we can sail to the Heaven's Vault. Here we are aboard the Nightingale, and let's get going.
I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but one of the things that I really enjoyed, just as a very minor thing, is that at the beginning of the game, it's kind of assumed that Heaven's Vault is a repository, and then when you actually get the glyph for vault, it's actually based on the verb to leap. And
where's Sticky? Sticky.
Sticky.
Where is my buddy? We bought a gecko. His name is Sticky.
Because, of course, he looks like a stick.
I don't see him. Do you? Huh. Six, is Sticky in your guts again?
I do not wish to talk about it, mistress.
Okay, well, I guess let's get going. Let's take to the river. I will ready the sheets. Hi, baby. Oh, we do have the option to sail to Elbereth. Interestingly, not to Iox. But let's just head straight for the ancient aquifer, shall we? if you are in chat, feel free to chime in and say hello. We'd love to have you. Otherwise, we will just keep sailing the nebula. I always like to actually sail. I've said this a number of times. But you can actually pass the sail to 6 and just skip the whole thing if you've been there before.
I feel like the navigation tips have gotten better, because the first time we played, sometimes the arrows would take us the wrong direction.
There was one glitch in particular where when you tried to sail, I think it was to Elbereth, it would tell you to go the wrong way. And you had to look at the map and be like, no, that's the wrong direction, and take the one that it would tell you missed turning for, and then you would suddenly be at Elbereth, and it's like, why? But they fixed that. A new riverhead. I like new rivers. Which one is new?
I guess the one on the left.
I guess, but it doesn't seem to matter. There's always a chance that there are ruins along the side, but probably not much at this late stage in the game.
Do we got any conversation about the library or the book?
Not so far. I mean, I guess we got a little conversation out of 6 about the library, but it mostly was, you're not going back there, Aaliyah. There's no air left. We were talking, Tortoise and I were talking earlier about whether you could take the book to Huang and what he would think of it. Tell him about the ancient library, since he's a texts guy.
That does not seem to be a sanctioned option.
Yeah, apparently we're not allowed to go to Iox right now. I mean, that's fine. I was planning to go to Iox.
6 was going to rat us out to Miari.
You rat. Is this a ruin? No, it's just a rock in the stream. Kind of like that one. It looks like a middle finger. I do get why actually sailing in these conditions would be pretty nerve-wracking. Like, the game doesn't let you crash, but plenty of shipwrecks to be found. But we did get the information last time that the rivers give off, or contain, I guess, atmosphere, oxygen. And so sailing actually refills snake spittle. Huh,
That's a new one.
That is a new curse. And I wonder if it's one that anybody but Aaliyah in the entire nebula understands. More rapids. Through the Silk Pass. Disregard the next turning, 6 says. It's like, well, which one is a turn? It's kind of impossible to tell. I guess that makes it a little like Boston roads.
Does that mean we're now going through the Emerald Necklace?
I mean, it is pretty, like the parks. And it is artificially constructed to some degree. Oxyan space. What does that make this, the B line? Over by or is IOX BU or Harvard? I think those are there are 50 or so universities and colleges in the city and the metro area. But I feel like BU has the claim to the most Boston and Harvard has the claim to the most prestige.
And I think if any college dean is going to lay claim to being the lost emperor, it's going to be from Harvard.
Oh, that's definitely true. Hey, John, if you're watching, John Ingold, that is, the creator of the game. Is IOX Harvard? Because I kind of love that. So I guess Ioxian space is like mid-Cambridge. Ooh, that was
I thought it was a British studio.
Huh?
For some reason I thought Inkle was a British studio.
Oh, I have no idea.
In which case it might still be Cambridge.
True. Although, when I think about the Oxbridge rivalry, I do think more of Oxford as the like, we cannot be bothered with peons sort of place.
And at the same time, given the sort of feel of the setting, it
should be a madrasa.
Yeah, something like Timbuktu or Baghdad or Fez. Wait, was it Fez or Marrakech? Probably both.
Well, yeah, there are large madrasas in both. There's a really great picture of me somewhere, just like in the teacher's nook in an ancient madrasa. Shortcuts are never short. Huh. It's a cute one. Yes. In case you're wondering, the picture is of me just like grinning like an absolute madwoman. Because I love learning and I love all of the traditions of knowledge. Even if I am ready to tear the one that we have right now apart. It's only because I want it to be better, dang it. I guess this is a good time for me to advertise that I'm working on a video series right now called The Ivory Tower, which is about the American education system and academia and the sort of the systematic things which are wrong with our understanding and implementation of education. The introduction is up. I am working on the second entry. I am actually pretty close. Like, the biggest part has, like, I just have a million interviews with a lot of really amazing people and cutting it down to a usable amount of data and not just giving you 18 hours of amazing interview footage has been the biggest challenge. Which luckily I have a little help with, but, like, there's just so much that I want to say. But yes, I can say that the next video in the series is on special education. So as you can imagine, there's quite a lot to talk about. Oh, now that is a ruin. Way out there. I wonder if we're gonna go past it. Nope. Nope. It's upriver. Path in the water, the area of weaker flow. It's probably the one we carved ourselves. Where are we anyway? We gotta be close, right? Oh yeah, we're quite close. My apologies, I made us sit all the way through that navigation instead of just passing control to 6 because I like sailing. In the real world, I have basically no experience sailing. I didn't grow up doing it or anything. It's not a huge hobby where I grew up, although here in Boston. Tortoise grew up sailing, right?
No, my family grew up sailing, and I was kind of the black sheep in that regard.
I see.
Since I was, like, the first person in my family for a while to not be born in New England. But also, your mother likes sailing.
It's true. She's gotten into it in her retirement. And it's not that I dislike sailing, it just hasn't been a big part of my life. Okay. So here we are, the ancient aquifer. This place must have served the whole nebula once. But now...
We returned to the forest where the goddess waited.
Alright. I've broken something. Anything to do with mushrooms? No. I'm detecting deep movement. Echoes from below. I can feel the water rising rapidly. The place was built to create rivers from a wellspring below up into the nebula. Rivers to Iox elsewhere, but the rivers have been drying up. And the hoppers filling up with dirt. Where are the robots that should have been tending the machine? Whoa! Check that out! I'm gonna wait. I will ready the hopper all the same. This thing isn't going to make my hand fall off, is it? Depends how long you stand there. Must be a better way of blocking it, so I'm not stuck here like this. The water level is rising. It will soon force the issue. A new river is beginning to form once more. I'm await. There's more water down there? I believe so. What happens if I just leave my hand here? The water rises above your head, and I cannot close my eyes. I would be forced to watch. The water appears to have stopped rising, as though the pressure has dropped. And something is forming in the sky above us. I do believe we've rerouted the river. As there is a new river above us, it would appear so. May I act? No! I'm gonna keep waiting. I need something I can cover the disc with. How about this painted ceramic tile? Maybe you could cover the hopper. Can go back to the ship. A wonderful suggestion, but regrettably I have no hands. I'm gonna keep waiting. Huh. This is very interesting. Like, she came up with the idea to put a tile over it. But I guess let's go. Okay, the water's falling back. Something else has been uncovered. Something else has been uncovered? How did you open that hatch? It was designed for a robot. I opened it as you might open the door with an unusual handle. But I did recognize the design. That's actually kind of interesting. So something else has been uncovered, you say. What? A piece of cloth. Ooh, that's interesting. A mud-soaked flag painted with characters. That is such an unusual find. Water usually would decay such things. This is... I'm shocked, actually. So we've got us. We've got a heavens high above us, it looks like. How's that coming, Tortoise?
Got it.
The heavens move above us. Yeah, that seems to be true. Must have been a pole here marking the hatch. Is that it? Okay, well, that's fine. But now I am going to get serious. Ooh, wait, what's that? A rock. Perfect. Nice, sharp flint. Mistress, please. I do not like to see you armed. Can you remove the glass? Well, I could smash it, but I do not think I could lift it free in one piece. Then smash it. I have no real ethical qualms about the defilement of ancient monuments, as you are aware. If you will stand back. That's actually really stunning. I would rather you were not within the radius of any shrapnel. I don't know how 6 is going to break the glass. There are mushrooms down there, okay? Mushrooms? I'm happy for you, 6. But why did you not... Okay, fuck it. Bam! But yeah, we just broke the river to Iox. Anything change? The glass broke. Not sure what else you were hoping for. Well, let's look down the hole. Can't make anything out down there. Move away from the opening. A hopper beam is still radiation, and you should not stick your face in it. That's probably wise, but okay, fine. Let's put the tile over it. Simple as that, then? Now the water on Iox is drying up? Not yet. There is still water in flow, but soon. I cannot wait to tell the professor about this action of yours. Here goes. The surface is flooding more quickly. Most likely the level did not entirely fall last time. But that is why I thought 6 might have an ethical problem with smashing the glass. I implore you to remove the tile, because I cannot. Iox will suffer. I'm really not worried about that. I hate Iox. They've ruled over the nebula for long enough. The new river is beginning to form once more. Good. Water has leveled. The river is definitely taking shape. That's good. This is getting deep now. The water is warm. That's interesting. I'm not going to remove the ceramic tile. I want to use the river. Surprised 6 has not asked us about it again. Alright, well, let's get going. Come on, 6. Activate the hopper. History is full of actions. Good, bad, lazy, smart. Stand still, we're leaving. I don't actually believe in laziness. It's not really a thing. Oh, if you're wondering why I keep bending down, it's because I'm harassing my cat. Yes, there she is. She's a good baby. We left the surface of the moon as it filled with water from below. Water from below is disentangling around us. It's beginning to flow, following some kind of path. It is quite beautiful. You can see it, the path? There are lines of force through space, arcs, grooves in the surface of things. I can see them. Rivers chase their outlines as they flow. We have made a new river, or recreated a very old one. Perhaps it will flow all the way to Heaven's Vault. And Iox. The river to Iox is gone. It will not come back. But after we sail this new river, Mistress, there's no reason to assume there will be a way back. We'd better find out then. I do not think we have a choice. We're already moving. Let's go. We do not, in fact, have a choice.
I'm confused by why well, I guess we don't necessarily have a sense of what is north in here, but they're calling it the Western Wash.
Yeah, it's a strange name for the area in both terms, since it is east of the nebula in our map orientation and theoretically was empty of water until just now.
I'm also not sure that they have a conception of north and such.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, they do live on rocks in space. There would be a use for directionality that makes sense in, in 2D. But, yeah, it kind of feels like they should have a 3D sense of direction, given all of these rivers. One big rapid. Ooh, it splits. Not meaningfully. We are getting some visual glitching in space today. I wonder what that's about. I don't know if that's really obvious to y'all, but there are some planes that aren't working quite right, some clouds that are pixelating. I don't remember seeing that happen before with the physical copy. Well, so be it. It's a long way out here. Oh, that looks like a moon. Well, it doesn't look like a moon. It looks like an asteroid that they would call a moon. There's a moon out here in the dark. Yeah? Are we going? I guess it's taking a bit to load. There we go.
We had followed a strange and winding road through the loneliest reaches of space. And on the moon at the end of the path was nothing.
Nothing feels like a strong verb. Or word. What am I speaking
now,
Latin?
I didn't know if I could return.
We climb. But first, it looks like something crashed here. Something big. Very big. I thought a vault would be underground. The word vault has two meanings. It's a sunken chamber or else a high arch, even a leap. So which is this? Perhaps both. And that's a very Anglophone take. Oh, here we can see the Nightingale from the outside. The wreck is further away than it appears. Do not lose yourself in the open desert. Oh, okay, fine. Ooh, I see multiple god statues. But I just wanted to look at the Nightingale, our trusty ship, and wow, look how far the pieces of that ship go. The wreck. That must have bounced. It's amazing anything survived it. There's a figure in the sand. It's Kibenya, goddess of the waters. Always said she was truly ancient. I was thinking about Timor. Do you do not regret not marrying Timor? No, I knew him when I was little. He should not have asked me. Curious that he did. Perhaps he saw value in you, mistress. Perhaps this is an old road. If there's anything here, it's up there. But I'm not sure you will survive this climb. Your lungs, they've been getting worse. You have sheer lung, don't you? You've always had it. I live with it. I was born with it. Lots of Elberethians are. The one thing my parents did pass on to me. But look around, Six. It doesn't matter out here what I've got. You cannot simply ignore reality. Don't tell me it's impossible. Because I didn't come this far to turn back now. An inscription. It's ancient, although we already know Kibenya. Ooh, that's an exciting glyph. Okay, so we have remember, make, harvest, strong.
Huh, I don't remember getting harvest.
I don't either. And apparently it's not remember. I guess... first glyph is irrelevant. And harvest it is. Goddess make the harvest strong.
So I guess there's something in that glyph about, like, cutting, because it's also in two...
It does kind of look like a scythe.
Yeah.
A very elongated scythe. Kibenya. People back on Mercy wouldn't believe it. Perhaps this is her home. She's not a very good water goddess. Look at this place. I was thinking about Huang. He never did introduce me to the annals of Mazwai. He always said he would. Imagine he is waiting for the right moment, mistress. I wonder how long it will be before he realizes you have gone. Huang is really going to miss me, I think. We've been friends since I arrived. Did not appear to have much in common. He will move on. Just like that? Certainly. Master Huang is unhappy. If you will not help him, he will look for someone who will. This is more insight into Huang than I've ever had. When did you get in so insightful? Humans are hardly complex, mistress. Lies? I disagree with both of you on that front. Definitely something weird about this place. Something about the air. I can smell nothing. So what is it then? What is it about this place? There's something here. A wooden hatch. Nothing as fancy as the one in the forest. Filled in with sand, but still I think it must once have been a well, guarded by Kibenya. Only why would there be a well here? How? Surely there was never any water here. Perhaps there was. There was a river to this place after all. There may be water here again soon enough. But look at it. It couldn't be more desolate. Many years have passed, too many to be sure of anything. I was saying yesterday that 10,000 years is too long to really make much of anything. Like, it's just a ridiculously long way.
And then we began to climb. I fell silent, saving my breath. The robot purred along behind me. The wind offered little secrets and then snatched them away.
Very poetic, Aaliyah. But if I recall here, the timeline really isn't that long. It's just that Aaliyah has never encountered, no one in this nebula has ever encountered anything this old, because they're artificial. The climb, it's easy. Perhaps I've grown stronger? No. Something about this place has made me well? No. The opposite is true. There's something wrong with gravity here. Is there iolite here? No. But whatever field the iolite was storing, that field wraps around this place like a cocoon. Oh, this one's close enough. Let's see a part of the ancient ship. Never seen anything like it. What are they for? Was it a tower? Doubtful. It's like the metal crater we found, the material's quite different. It's ancient, as old as anything. The walls, they're inscribed in some detail, no symbols, but fragments of images in the rust. Can you make anything of these etchings? I will take a look. Can you read it? Just wait. Carved in later than the metal was made, but worn down by the sand. So there's a nice archaeological assessment. So metal work this fine is not easy to come by, and is not easily made. And so something carved in with a blunt knife is going to be much later. But no one has been here for perhaps thousands of years. Now I want to look at the timeline, actually. Zoom out.
You zoomed back in.
I want you to zoom out as much as possible.
I think now you just have to ban. Nope. No. So it says like 3,000 to 4,000 years ago for the first days.
Yeah, so that is... Yeah. So 3,000 to 4,000 years ago is a much more sort of reasonable historical time frame. That, 3,000 to 4,000 years ago is the Bronze Age, and then, like early Greece. Oh, I believe I have some sense of it. Tell me a story, 6. The etching tells the tale of a group of gods who strode forward across a wide desert from a place of much water bringing water. They caused the fields here to be fertile for a time. Strode? A god with feet? The 7th god? A village rose up around the god to worship the god. The god demanded tribute. I cannot tell how often. A tribute of people, and then the god was killed. Killed? You sure about that? No, but that is the inference. It's only a pictogram. The god is above us. I think this mountain holds the god's tomb. Then let's go bother a god. I like her. I really do. So, I feel like there was... If one could see this, I'd like them all to tell me that history's a fantasy now, but they'll never see it, of course. No one will. They could. There's something up on that ridge. That's true. It looks like it has another god. Strange to think I might not see Miari again. Do you think she killed Renba? I wondered if maybe she did. because of what he discovered, the last emperor's body unreturned to the rivers. It's possible. Boats do not usually explode. Remba didn't seem to mind having been blown up. The recording you spoke to was made before he died. Should Remba return via the loop? I do not think he'd be so considerate. Who will stay here? That seems like a good idea. Not much of a ruin, but it's something. I don't think the statues carved themselves. No. The sun goddess. And there's an inscription. Sweet. A broken fragment. Okay. We will not forget the sun's light. We will not forget the sun's light. Oh, I guess that's why they made it the symbol, right? The eagle and sun are the emblems of not just the empire, but the pre-empire period. Of course, they're in a nebula now, so it makes sense. We will not forget the sun's light. Let's make the sun into a goddess so that everyone will remember.
If you weren't here for the last session, we had discovered a book that told about how there was basically a generation ship that sailed across the galaxy or whatnot and crashed.
Ooh, this is a big chunky one.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, we'll open it's right, because that's the non-person marker. I know. I think we don't have that one. That's again. And the beginning is comes, but there's a connector. And we or us, I guess. Oof. Well, there's a cross.
Looks like we have sun just before it.
Where is
To the right.
right?
Right.
Other right. I guess just is that the old sea?
Yeah.
I might not be able to get this, but something will open its something again. That's noun, inanimate, high, connector, noun, hold, person, again, and Probably something like carry or even ferry.
Well, it's go heavens.
Yeah. Maybe I can put in heavens. And vault us across. Fly us across.
Oh, I is in there.
Where did I take this and from? Go back. Adjective hold, not hold. There was something that was like that. The hold, not hold. Of a dark sun across the old sea. It's interesting. You have it down?
Yeah.
This might...
Oh, wait. Scroll to the right again, just to make sure that I've gotten...
I think this might be as much as I can actually get in there.
Okay, so I guess I hadn't gotten it all. Oh. Can you hold still?
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know where you are.
I will let you know when I'm ready to move on. Okay, I've got all of that.
Okay, so I think... Oh, maybe? I broke it up into the correct number of words. Let's see if we can get anything from this. Okay. So... This could be the eagle.
Yeah,
Inanimate
high
on
creature.
high. And then eagle connected to hold person wings.
Mm-hmm. Fly.
Yeah, fly we were already talking about. Fly us through the eye.
Hold, not hold. Yeah, sure.
And I had thought this was dark.
Yeah.
So is this talking about a wormhole? Through the eye of a dark sun?
Going through a black hole? Yeah.
Whoa. Evil will open its wings and fly us the eye of the dark sun across. Okay, let's talk about the Old Sea. Because we haven't. Miari said her story about the Heaven's Vault. It's the legend of the Old Sea. I assumed that meant it was a fantasy. Did the eagle and sun originate out here? Yeah, it seems so. So long ago. How can a sun be dark? I thought a sun was made of fire. And how does one fly through a sun unless the eye is a hopper eye? I can't make any more of it. That does actually seem pretty consistent. If the hoppers basically work like mini wormholes, that actually makes a fair amount of sense. Ooh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that in...
That is pretty incredible.
could be that we just couldn't translate that before because we hadn't had
Yeah.
the Book of Lost Future.
Indeed. Oh man, the Book of Lost Future is so cool. You worry too much. Stop nagging me about the climb. What am I gonna do? Die out here? With no way back? And there's the Sky God. Fall. What am I gonna do? Fall?
Maybe.
So, this is actually the scene where we started the game. Sky God. But this isn't your temple, is it? This is the summit, as far as the path goes. Okay, well, I can see that I'm supposed to be... Aha! There's an inscription up there. So, Sky God. Something up.
That's...
Hold apart. Reaches?
Yeah, whole... Yeah, sure.
It's factual. The Sky God is, in fact, reaching up. The camera up here is very strange. I can't move it right now. Okay, a bricked up opening. There is something here. To keep people out, or to keep something in? Only one way in. As far as I can ascertain, there's something written here. Ancient script must have been cut in when the mortar was still wet. I think I can read it. So again, that is something you could probably tell, like when you can tell when something was, dragged through wet concrete. You can see when something was written in, when it was set versus when it was already there. So
It gives us Heaven's Vault.
it does, in fact. Oh, right. That's what you mean. Heaven's Vault, the name of the game. And if you notice, this is on the box art at the beginning of the game. This is on the loading screen. This is everywhere, is Heaven's Vault.
It's in the logo.
Yeah. Heaven's Vault. We are here. But there's more below. Scratched in later.
Ooh.
Much longer. Hate that glitch. So I see Seventh God, which means a lot more to us now than it would have without the Book of Lost Future. Seventh God, place of hold. I don't think
No, I don't think we have that.
we have that. This temple will drink the nebula. Oh, we have until. Didn't remember that we had until.
Oh.
All Place.of.hold. The seventh god inside this temple. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The seventh god. And here he is. What's a god doing inside a mountain? Still, this is a temple. Heaven's Vault is a temple set here above all the other gods. But drinking the nebula, the great darkness, drying up of the rivers, why Rembo was looking for the vault. It is the darkness that Rembo warned us about. The slow disappearance of the nebula, this is it. Whatever's inside here, this is what's doing it. Draining the forces that drive the rivers, bringing darkness. I'll listen. I don't know why I have that option. This is interesting. I can feel a breeze. It must be open on the other side. Open onto what? I can push it.
I mean,
So
it's
I can
also
leave
enough to
6
fall
out
on
here.
your head.
Yeah. So one thing I want to say about this bricked up opening, which is what she called it, like we have this almost Adobe construction. I mean, I say almost. I think it is actually an Adobe construction with the wooden frame of the top, the mud walls, the delicate red paint that's probably also sand or earth based. And then we have these just flat mud bricks. They're very clearly a different construction. And she said that there's mortar, but I think by the way that she's able to push it, that either the mortar has dissolved or it never had any to begin with, which is possible. You can stack bricks, and as long as they're sort of in a frame and nothing is going to push against them, they'll just stay up. So I could choose to go in without widening it enough for 6. Let's see what happens. I wonder whether 6 will come in. It is beautiful.
One of those compass-ish, or things that was claimed to be a compass or a sundial.
A sundial is what they claimed it was. It's a shard of metal, positioned like an icon. It reminds me of the sundial on Iox, the curve in the spar. No wonder no one can get it to work. It's older than anything we've ever seen. It must be original, as much as anything can be, this is. And this is clearly a broken piece of ship, right? Like you can see the spar is a tube and the join there. So like it's not actually like a single, it's not a complete object for use. It's a bit of support, and you can see all of these sort of like these offerings to it. It's being treated as the god. And so the fact that there are recreations of it on Iox and in other places, people taking the worship of the ship itself out into the nebula. And this is a fascinating play on a very common archaeology trope where it's assumed to be something functional, even though that doesn't make any sense. But instead it's actually a ritual object. The usual archaeological idea is, don't know what it is, must have been a ritual object. And then half the time we find out, well, most of the time we don't find out anything, but like when we do, half the time it's like, yeah, no, this was just like a literal everyday object. Like this was just a piece of a weird handle that they happened to use. And we have inscriptions all along the walls. And by inscriptions, I mean painted words. It must be incredibly arid here. Ooh. There are also devotion items, and here, these niches, I think they're the names of the gods.
Yeah.
there are...
So we have water.
So, stop that. So, Kibenya.
No, death.
Death goddess, the serpent, right?
Yeah.
What is
those
that?
plants. Is there a plant god? Or earth, something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think there was an earth god. No, that's the sun.
Sky. No, that's earth.
Yeah. You sure that wasn't serpent? Oh, I guess serpent has the... So wait, what was that then?
Maybe it is serpent. Maybe it was serpent.
So... Plant... Earth.
Well, there was... So that's 6. Like, there was a serpent god...
Sticky! You came with us.
Oh?
He's on the door frame. It's got the same pattern as Sticky. I don't know if... I mean, there's no water here, so there shouldn't be life. We have the same names over here on the other side. But then
In a different order, but...
I think
Oh,
they're
no, they're
in the same order,
just
just parallel rather than mirrored. Or, yeah.
Yeah, I know
you
what
know
you
what
mean.
I mean.
So if you look up, I believe that the paintings on the walls are meant to be from the
Book of Lost Future?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But it doesn't give us the option of trying to translate these, which is something that I find very interesting. It's sort of like, your final exam after all of the graded homework exercises that we had before.
So can you match it with the Book of Lost Future?
So...
That's noun thought high, and then verb past time dot not future connector something.
Again, I don't have it indexed well, and there's a lot of text to go through, so maybe if we try to translate some of it, though. So at the...
Give me back the other view, please. Would you please? There we go. Okay, so noun. So I think that's thought, right? Or something like that?
Something like
noun
that.
marker, mental curly Q high.
Mm-hmm. And then past
verb, time not
I
future.
think it's maybe like before.
But it's connected to
stars or sun.
Verb, stars. And it's connected to the noun from the front.
Mm-hmm.
And then time dot noun. Oh no, that's just... What is that? Is that a modal? Time dot noun marker. And then I don't think this is the Book of Lost Future.
Now this we...
Oh right, noun I is this. So this we... Verb not go of God.
It's like wait. It might be like wait for the gods. Go. Thing what? Can you go to a different panel?
So that's heart.
Oh,
Is...
verb life.
Oh, verb life. Verb life hold.
That is...
Before? Begin? Or start?
Is that beginning or ending? Words...
We will...
So... Life is end. We will...
Verb go, connector, noun, go, time. I can't see if there's another character there. There's not.
But it seems to be connected to the past below it, or future below it.
Yeah.
Of our...
Our verb go, connector, noun, go. I don't think this is from the Book of Lost Future. Can you write it down?
Okay, so...
We'll write it down. We don't have time to go through and translate all of it, I don't think.
Light, is it possible for you to get in a little bit closer? It's hard for me to see this with the light.
So, noun, mental high.
Verb
Past, time dot not future colon.
Verb, noun, light high,
colon, noun, mental high. That's not the button. Sorry. It was just suggested that I take screenshots, and I did not think of that. That is a grand idea.
That's good, because I had been trying, in between sessions, to find screenshots of this scene, and had been unsuccessful online.
So I'm just going to take screenshots, and then we will move on, because it is already after 4.
Are we gonna bring 6 in with us?
Ceremonial doors inlaid with the same glowing blue stone inlaid in the library, but that doesn't help me open them. I think we have to bring 6 in. I think we need robots to open this door. Six. Get in here. Crunch. Right on my feet. Bet that didn't hurt. By the stars. That is not something Aaliyah says.
It's also not something that I would expect a robot to say.
The operation of this door seems simple enough. Yes, because it is made for you. The tech that by all the wakened waters. What is this? What have we found? We have found technology, the likes of which are not found anywhere else in the nebula except for the robots. Another door, no handles, nothing to pull or push, not magnetic. Is it like the cat cascade? Do I say a word? Open. Pity. Ifarari. Oh, did it work? It worked.
The tomb was not a tomb. The mountain was not a mountain. This was Heaven's vault. And it was still alive.
What is it made of? It's the same structure as on the Serpent's Eye crater, yes. That makes sense with the anti-gravity field. Look at this construction. It is not like anything that you see anywhere else in this game.
Yeah, the Book of Lost Future also said that, like, ships land on the Serpent's Eye.
This isn't like any kind of ship I've ever been. It's more like a palace, like a generator that we are on the inside of. So 6. Look at these patterns. This is meant to be pleasant to look at, so not just for robots. Right, because there's no reason to make the inside of a ship pretty unless people are going to have to look on it. But there are robots here. Doing what and why? They are mindless ants. You're not excited? There are more? This is a graveyard. I'm not sure about that. Engsi, who... Oh, wow.
That is...
did not see that go by. Can I get that again, please?
Evidently not.
Well, let's see if it happens when I go by a different one. Simi Orkisfar, where did that even come from? No wonder the gravity outside was wrong. The moon is hollow. Well, there's that. Also that, which I suspect has something to do with it. What are these things, anyway? It's incredible. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Like nothing anyone has seen. Ain't that the truth? Okay, you gonna talk at me? Ayafar Kati Miyahengu. So it's a different phrase. We're getting closer to the robots. Miti ki ayabesi something. Walkways over empty space. Are they stable? They have been stable for thousands of years. That doesn't mean jack shit. Thanks, 6. But yes, they do appear to be stable. Wait, I think the robot in the center was saying something. Weird. Yo. Enkis farori mi kautu. Something? Robots. Oh hey, we can get to the middle. I guess let's get to the middle.
Hmm?
Oh. I was not allowed to get to the middle. Isimya Timisi something. This is the mountain. This is the inside of the mountain. Yes, that's not actually all that interesting, Aaliyah. Given what just happened. Farbase Ayahu Ikwi. There's so much here. And yet, Sikwi Kat Iengbes. Gosh, there's so much ancient that we could be learning if we could just write it down. Oryang Misikishui Ayabes Ifar.
I mean, that's the thing, is that spoken language is ephemeral.
It's true.
Although it is also the...
quickly, she says, and this time it lets us through. And she's
Even the-
walking
yeah.
on empty air. Okay. Fascinating. Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying, like, even though for almost all languages, spoken or in some cases signed is the primary mode of the language, it is written language which can have records of.
It's true. We can tell Amadou about this place. He'd love it. No, we cannot. There is no way back to Granaka. If Amadou came out here, he would also be stuck. It was just a nice idea, Six. Was it nice, Aaliyah? Was it really?
It was amusing.
But yes, that's a very good point. And there are some languages that are only written in certain time periods, especially. Hittite, apparently, was only written. They spoke Luwian. I did not know that. They're doing balancing, monitoring, perhaps they're simply moving around. Another of these sensor thingies. It's central to the whole space. Yueniha Mikis. 6. Ari Enbas Aliti. Yaiki Enci Farali. 6. Are you remembering something? And 6 has turned into an eagle. Welcome, Overseer. Tell me, do you wish to vault? You're an eagle. I am the ship. Do you wish to vault? It's talking through you? Or recording the machine? Please answer the question, Mistress. Do you wish to vault? Wait, who am I talking to? Was it 6 or the ship? Are you the 7th god? I am the ship. Please, Mistress. It hurts? How do you hurt? Are you absorbing the rivers? The great darkness, the rivers disappearing. You're doing it?
I mean, for 6, it's probably like
66% of the core is now recovered. Do you wish to vault? And what happens if I say yes? Does something happen to the nebula? Entropy is inescapable. The rivers will inevitably run dry, but we will be elsewhere. Overseer must answer the question, do we vault? So the first time I played this through, I had no concept of... It's very difficult to regain my control, Mistress, but the ship itself is desperate to explain. It believes that allowing the rivers to simply degrade will cause harm, but to vault will also cause harm. It is bound by its ethical core, but it cannot decide. It is in agony. And that is actually an ethical quandary, because this is a generation ship. It's only part way to the end of its journey. And I didn't know that the first time I played. So, what do you think? What should we do?
I don't know. Well, there's also the question of, is there an end to its journey? Or is it, trying to find some place?
Stop! Entropic loss during recovery has been significant. Further loss will render vaulting impossible.
And so, if it's simply vaulting to find suitable places, and this place has been suitable, will it find another suitable place? Presumably. But...
I mean, the Book of Lost Future implied that there was a home goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
That
and
they
also
had found
implied
another planet to live on.
It also implied that we must.
That we must. I'm gonna do it. A vault will leave everyone in the nebula behind. When the rivers fail, they will all be lost. Only we two would escape. But what happens if we don't vault? The rivers fail and all are lost. That's the thing. Entropic loss is happening regardless. Then I wish to vault. The nebula will attend to itself. We've come this far. We can't turn back now. There's no way back to the nebula anyway. And there's nothing here for me. And who knows? Maybe out there we'll find a way to come back. As you wish, mistress.
Stories don't have tidy beginnings. The past is always present.
I feel giddy.
But the past is just another story.
We're moving. Where are we going? We are leaving the nebula.
One that we can always leave behind.
Gotta love paleolinguistics in the credits. Yeah, you were saying?
I was saying that there's also the implication that there are humans, or somehow the seeds of humans, in stasis on the ship.
Right. So, there will be more in the new place where they go. The other thing is that, you know, Iox may be drying up, but it isn't going to happen quickly. But there are places like Mercy where there's water in the ground. Renaka, where the water is rich, despite very few rivers going out that far. It's entirely possible that even if the rivers dry up, those two places will continue to live. Still, this is not easy condemning Elbereth and Iox to a dry and arid death. I love this game. I love it so much. Well, thank you all very much for coming with us on this journey through Heaven's Vault, playthrough 1. Not going to stream subsequent playthroughs, although I assure you I will be playing them. Ooh, an inscription. Of abstract dot verb thought light abstract dot adjective corporeal.
So we have gratitude, of go, of us,
From us, verb high go.
which is probably like rise or something. I only know gratitude because it's one of the ones that is in the back of the book.
Yeah. Yeah, then.
So.
Oh no, gratitude to you. That's not from us, that's to you.
Oh yeah. Thanks to your the word is simple enough that we ought to have it.
I'm not sure we do though. Not in that order.
What, verb up go?
Yeah.
I don't readily see it.
Well, thank you for coming as far as you have. We very much appreciate it, and we will see you in September. In August. So thank you for coming along on this journey. Thank you, Tortoise, for playing along.
Thank you for having me.
And so as I've said, I am taking a hiatus until the end of July. So we'll be back in August. Yes, August. I have trouble with time. You might have noticed. And until then, you can find me streaming Zelda over on the Save Ancient Studies Alliance Twitch channel every Friday. Thank you so much, and keep learning.